What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below overall what your thoughts on this week's update are. I know a lot of people are sad the grappler trick got removed. I know a lot of people are happy the grappler trick got removed. There was a change to heals, which I made a video about. The core medallion got buffed. The storm beast is back. This update added a lot and changed a lot. Overall, I think it was pretty fine. I like the core medallion buff a lot. The grappler thing, I don't agree really with it getting patched, but I also just don't really care that much because I didn't really use it and I didn't really play reload. I'm be landing Demon's Domain this game just because I expected it to be decently populated, but I got to be careful how I die here, because if I die to somebody that immediately dies before I spectate them, it sometimes just makes me spectate somebody across the map. And with like 4 people landing in this room, I was worried that would happen. But yeah, I think this update, as far as mid-season updates go, it wasn't the most flashy. Oh yeah, and then we got the Fortress of Solitude down there. It wasn't the most flashy, but I think it was actually a very impactful update. If this guy will eliminate me. He's got the bird gloves, which is actually a very good thing to have here, because they work well against Daigo. Seems like he thinks there's somebody else underneath him. He doesn't have like the greatest fighting loot to defeat Daigo. There was other people in the area here. He's not the healthiest, and he doesn't have a scanner. Like, having a scanner is very, very high value. And then same with the bird gloves. The bird gloves here are also very high value because, as I touched on, they're good at breaking the shields on Daigo and eliminating him faster. And if you are landing here, I think you want to try to... It's rough because you want to eliminate him quickly, but also it's a POI where there's always people coming to third party. It's a somewhat ratty POI with how vertical it is, and the boss takes a while to eliminate. So if you rush it too much, you're probably going to grief yourself. But also at the same time, if you play too slow, it's kind of the same thing, because Island is spawning in second zone, and the core medallion is incredibly good now. It's been good all season, but the fact that they buffed it and made the mobility of it better is surprising. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I definitely think the core medallion is a top 5 medallion. That's 130 damage. It's a good push, but there's somebody behind him too. So he got a little too tunnel visioned on that kill, and that's going to cost him the game here, I think. What would have been nice for him to do, I don't think he heard this player behind him, but if he has visual audio, he would have heard them, or would have saw it for sure. But even without visual audio, I heard this person. What would have been nice for him to do is take that 130 damage he got on the other player and then use that as like time where that person isn't involved to third party, and then use that time to defeat this elite agent. But instead he like over chased that kill across the room and he dies for it. But that's what I was talking about with this POI being just somewhat ratty at times. People don't like that term sometimes, but like, it's just like, I mean, there's people hiding all over the place potentially. It's oftentimes not their fault that they're hiding, because everyone's hiding and you kind of got to play at the pace of others, but it's just something you need to be constantly aware of. He's got minis here, which is great because he's weak enough to where minis benefit him. It's rough. And as I said, Island is going to be spawning second zone. It's 1 minute 30 seconds. If I was in this player's shoes, I would maybe just leave this area and go to Foxy. Oh no, not again. I always do this. I would probably leave this area and go towards Foxy, because the 3 island spawns are mid-map, over here somewhere, and then over here somewhere. And it's probably not going to be the one at Pump Power because that's already on the edge of zone. So it's either going to be mid-map or the one in the swamp. And if you just go mid-map, that one's the one that kind of has the most amount of people that can also go for it. I feel like if you're mid-map when it spawns right away, that's good. If you have to go to one of the other places, maybe someone will get there before you. But oftentimes, it's not as problematic as if it spawns mid-map and you're at one of the other ones, because the mid-map one is most populated. But the way this kind of boss area fight was going, I feel like it's just kind of stalled out and nothing is really happening. So if I was this player, I'd want to just leave and go for that. There might be somebody fighting the boss right now, though. There's shots. He can maybe try to third party this. He's going to go up the zip, though, which is maybe going to alert the enemies that he's here, but it may or may not matter if they're like weak enough and not ready enough to fight. They're on this side of the room. And even if you didn't, you just saw them over here. But even if you didn't just see them, the fact that Daigo is like fixated on that side of the building means that person is there. You just saw them over here. But even if you didn't just see them, the fact that Daigo is like fixated on that side of the building means that person is there. He knocked them off the building. I wish we could see the boss's HP, because if the boss was like rather weak right now, I would want to just like finish the boss while that player was like knocked away. But I don't think the boss is that weak. But it's also like the boss knocking that guy away actually trolled so hard for this lead agent, because he's just kind of playing to third party, but the enemy got like sent elsewhere and he can't third party. Right here, I feel like you either make a decision, you fight this boss, or you leave and go island. He just got scanned, I think, but just sitting there doing nothing is just gonna grief you. The guy's above him with grapple. GG's. That's, again, this POI. We've seen twice now. As soon as someone shoots, their game is over. And that's why I was saying you want a scanner. Or just to leave when things aren't going well. Once it like stalls out like that, I feel like you might just want to dip. This person can now kind of freely go for the boss because they have a scanner and they just scan this area. Nice, I get it. It was rather weak. Okay. And we saw the grappler be very effective for this player twice, I think. I don't know if this was the same one that escaped earlier with it or if they killed somebody and got it from them. But either way, like we saw it be useful there and we saw it be useful for like pushing. Like a lot of people have just said that the grappler is like terrible and useless after the, you know, reset exploit was removed. And I definitely think it got less effective, but I do not think it is trash. It's not my preferred mobility item, but like if I had no mobility and I come across a grappler, I'm not sad that that's my only mobility. It's like I feel pretty chill with that. Gonna get this A tier crate here, hopefully get a better shotgun, and then hopefully get mythic gloves as well. And he ends up getting the mythic gloves. I would definitely take those over the surf cube. I don't think the surf cube is that great of an item. It's one of those mobility items where like I'm happy anytime my opponent is using it. If someone's trying to get away from me using that, I'm like, cool, free beams. And cars, I feel like, are almost just as good of mobility as the surf cube, and they provide cover and don't take an inventory slot. And the core medallion kind of chaining bunny hop slides, I think, is also maybe just as fast as the surf cube. You don't get as much like vertical, like you can't fly around with it, but from getting from point A to point B, that core medallion is busted now. He's gonna look for shots on here. He doesn't get any. You'd want to get in the car here. As soon as the enemy gets out and you haven't gotten any shots on them, I think you want to get in the car and then hope that they get in. And then you can just like get out and shoot them when they're in the passenger seat. If he had gotten good shots on them while they were in the driver's seat of the car they were driving, then like 50-50ing that with the shotgun at that point could work. But I don't want to just be jumping out in the open on somebody when we both just have full HP like that. Interested to see where this is gonna go. He's gonna, okay. That's interesting. That's kind of smart. He ghosts the car and then gets in here to like reset. And he should be able to, oh, that's unfortunate. He's grappled though, so he can get back on this. He should win this fight. This, okay. That was like played well, I feel like, decision making wise, but like mechanically aim wise it was just a bit of a struggle. But they're just in the car together. I would probably want to slow the car down and just get out and shoot the passenger. They get out at that point and then you get back in and you just kind of have that car fight. But like just ghosting the car and then going through that hiding spot in hopes that they chase you and you can get a shot or two on them before they're able to shoot back, I think was actually a pretty smart play from this person. It just like they missed. I think they hit one auto shotgun shot and missed the second one in the time where like the enemy couldn't respond. Like their aim could have been better, but like overall I think that was somewhat smart play, and like map knowledge was definitely useful there. I would not have thought to do that. I think he's being toxic to the person he eliminated, thinking they're spectating him when I'm the one spectating him. Like, come on, bro. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for island at all. So somebody got the core medallion. This person is going to be a menace to deal with. Okay, it seems like he's going over there now, which is good. But I think if he just went island after getting Daigo, then he maybe could have got the core medallion for free. Maybe not for free, but been more relevant than it. And I cannot glaze the core medallion enough. It's very good, and playing against it is not fun. I don't know if that's an AR. Okay, I was gonna say I don't know if it's an AI, but they're using the serve cube, so it's not. The grappler is also pretty helpful for him there to like actually get back to that enemy that knocked him away for the base of his gloves. Which he could have just gloved back to them as well, but... Enemy on this bridge. These are the medallion. So I like that he left that Superman B to like go deal with the more important player. Which, if he's able to third party this fight and take out the medallion player, his game gets significantly easier. I think that's the person that has it. This person's very weak. You should be able to get this kill. Nice. Oh, that was the medallion player. This is huge. Grab this and get away. Just use mobility and leave. You don't need the surf cube. Just leave. Okay, I don't like this at all. It ends up not mattering. But, like, if he just gets the medallion and leaves, the person that's pushing up to him has no opportunity to do anything to him. And because he wanted to stop and get that surf cube, the enemy had a chance to shoot at him. And it didn't cost him because they didn't hit him. But, like, it very much could have. And I don't know why he's dropping the mythic gloves for the surf cube. Because, as I said, I think the mythic gloves are significantly better. And also, we've already seen him drop the surf cube for the mythic gloves previously. And I think I don't know. Even if you wanted the surf cube a lot, I feel like the core medallion kind of does that. Focusing the bird player, I think. I don't know where they went. They went to like low ground. Someone's rifting. I think this is the one that just took damage from the car exploding. Maybe not. Their aim is pretty solid though. Like they're tap firing for the Spire AR. It's not bad at all. Still very low rarity auto shotgun, unfortunately. That's like kind of the one thing that they could improve. And there's 14 opponents remaining. This could be a kill. Yeah, this could definitely be a kill. Like I said, their tap firing has been good. Pushing this is a bit risky because, yeah, okay. The enemy he's fighting, I think, is maybe decent. They don't get much damage there, but the fact that they look back to child him while he was in like a vulnerable state is like good to see. Because if this enemy just stands there and dies, like, while he gets to them, they probably just die. Like, if they just stand there and do nothing. Like, the fact that they recognize that and look back at those shots is good. But the amount of damage he got on them might be, like, an insurmountable amount for this person to escape. He can kill them here. They're going to try to get into the wind, but... Okay, they get it. I was going to say, like, I think this person is weak enough that he maybe could have killed them while they were in the island wind. That was a somewhat smart play too, though, birding into the island wind. You can actually use the bird on island to like ignore the island wind. Like if you wanted to push from one island piece to another, you can do that with the bird cape. You don't get like forced to deploy your glide or anything. And that makes the bird cape one of the better mobility items for fighting island. I still don't carry it for that though, just because like I don't care enough about that to want to use that. But if I have one in my inventory while I'm fighting island, I'm somewhat happy. This could be a kill. Unfortunately not, but I have a pretty low opinion of the surf cube, as I've said. Like, it's just very susceptible to getting fried. He's dead. I have faith. Yep. Does he get a better shotgun here? Doesn't seem like it. He still has to be worrisome of the person above him, because there was somebody else that was shooting the surf cube player. His shotgun is not loaded either. Like, I would very much want to load this shotgun. The reload is one of the problems the auto shotgun has. Please load. Thank you. This should be another kill. Just try this guy. Like, he has 20 bullets in the Spire, but that's enough damage. That's enough to get that kill. You can grapple back. I don't... Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't like the hesitation there on, like, that Superman. I think if he just, like, shoots his gun at them while they're surf cubing around, he kills that person. It's not like it's the most necessary kill of all time, but just letting people exist that don't need to exist. Not the greatest. To be worrisome of that Superman shooting him. That was a bad grapple. You saw he got, like, he deployed it very high. And so this is just time where he can't shoot where other people can shoot him. If that Superman, like, zipped back up to get and look down on him while he's shooting the car, that might have cost him. Because you're very vulnerable in this grapple form. And that's why I really don't like having the surf cube in this at the same time when he dropped the mythic gloves for it, because it's just like 2 traveling mobility items that are like susceptible to getting beamed. Like the gloves are just like much better, like, oh crap, mobility. I need to get out of here. The core medallion is also just great travel mobility, so it's like, do you really need 3 great traveling mobilities? I don't know. I'm still not happy with this auto shotgun either. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a better one. But like, I think he's killed several people that just didn't have shotguns, or he didn't really have an opportunity to loot. The Storm Beast back into his left, I think. That's a third of the Storm Beast's health, by the way. That little bit of shots he just did there. Just slide. There you go. He's fine. The core medallion negates fall when you sprint jump with it. But he just, anytime the Storm Beast gets near him, he just has to sprint, slide, jump, and like the core medallion will send him far enough. Or he could grapple. But that Storm Beast is like not a problem. Like earlier, I don't know if it's the same Storm Beast or not, but when he was fighting them outside the garage or the tunnel, he got some damage. The fight he just had, he got like 200 damage. Oh no. Like that Storm Beast is not the healthiest. That far enemy beamed him though. There's gonna be... Okay, I thought it was gonna be Shogun's ending. You don't want to go Shogun's here because it's not in zone. That's an AI. I'm interested to see if he takes a pump. His shotgun and his AR need to be loaded, and he needs to heal. So I don't like this at all. He heals the like white first, but that 8 HP you get from using the med kit there is so irrelevant. Just use a big pot, please. What are we doing? Nah. All right, they're kind of choking, I feel like. I would have wanted to like just reload, heal, and get back to that mountain where he was previously at, where he got fried. You don't need to play it as aggressively, but just being there would have been nice, I think. But he's wrapping like the far side of zone. He could get a chug jug here. Nice. I would want to use the big and then carry the chug. Use the big, carry the chug. Maybe use a chug for 50. I think he probably will, but if you wanted to be greedy, there probably is some white heals here. Sounds like there's somebody pushing up to him with a surf cube. Okay, he drops a grappler for the base boost gloves, which is all right, I guess, but like I don't, it's just like I've said a few times, I don't think I could possibly have a lower opinion of the surf cube. Maybe it'll be helpful for getting up these mountains, yeah, but like the grappler also could do this. It goes right into like the middle of everything though. Need to chill. Leave this person be. This is bad to fight. So when you're fighting the Storm Beast here, you're making yourself an easy target for everyone else. Yeah. Just send them away. Don't shoot at this stuff. Leave them be. Let them leave. If there's somebody on this mountain right now, like he's just dead. Because he wants to shoot at that Storm Beast in a situation where he's not going to destroy the Storm Beast anyways. Just get back onto this hill behind the rock that's up here and you're chilling. He still hasn't checked this mountain. Like, it's unlikely there's somebody up here because he's just been standing exposed to them for a while, but, like, you never really know. These people all the way over here are not threats. It'd be nice to get damage on them and grief them, but, like, you need to clear the things that are potential threats first. Zone went far. These pads. I think it would have been best to, like, use that mountain more, though. Because, like, he's here 30 seconds early. You don't really need to be here 30 seconds early. I think the damage he could have got from the top of that mountain, once he's, like, full aware that it's not contested, could have been something that won him the game. And just, like, being in your glider like this, again, is not good. This car is, like, weak, I think. Like, if anybody was looking at him, he could have just, like, gotten pride out of this guy, I think. Kill this revolver person. He gets hit hard. This might be the end of the game. Okay, no. Heal, heal, heal. This is a good spot to be. This is like the best spot in zone here. Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on here. Like, this is not good. The car's going to explode. He's going to take damage from it, I think. He gets it to safety, but like, I think if he was like a bit faster to respond to that third party, then like if he was getting to like the crest of that hill as he was healing, then I think he could have been in a spot to easily respond to that third party and grief that car. Like we saw how weak that car was, right? I think he maybe could have blown that car up before it was on him, and then he has like the best spot in zone. But now he's in kind of this like really bad spot in zone where he kind of just has to hope no one sees him. Maybe kill Superman here, but you want to stand on the low ground where he just was to get this kill, because like he walked to the point where he was exposed to that mountain he was previously on to shoot at someone that he could also just shoot from like where he is right now while being protected. This should be a kill. I'm confused. How healthy is the Superman? Their pump shots are like not the greatest. That's one thing that like I think this player has actually done a lot of things well, but their aim oftentimes I feel like just makes fights harder than it needs to be. And then the fights are a little messier than they need to be, and then like that's a problem. Maybe that fight doesn't go like a lot of the fights have seemed like very like they could have gone either way, you know? And sure, they've gone his way, but that also sets you up to like get third partied or just like waste utility heals and stuff. Like he has 30 left in this chug. Zone pulled kind of far, but not the farthest. Everything is just stalled out. This is where having a scanner would be really good. Like having the scanner is always good, but like in these stalematy situations, like any footprints that you maybe see give you an indication of where an enemy is. And when it's a 1v1v1 like this, usually like if you know where one is, it's a little easier to find the other, because it's like the other isn't on you when they're not on that person because they're not fighting. So they're probably like in, you know, what would be unclaimed territory. He got here early. He can try to look back and hold these people. I think where he is fine. I don't know if the mountain above him is actually that usable. Getting this kill cleanly is everything though, because the enemy is going to third party. This is bad. Okay, he gets that kill. Nice. Reposition to the shack. You don't need loot. Reposition to the shack. You do not need loot. Oh, no. If he base boost gloves to that shack, I think he could get shots on this car as it's driving at him and then, like, probably win the game there. He can maybe still win the game with Storm Beast, but if the enemy just shot him while he was transforming, I think he would have been fine. Like, I think the enemy would have won. Luckily, this enemy is addicted to their car. I think the Storm Beast will probably win, but like just I don't know. A few things this player does tilts me. What the heck, man? They're transforming too? What even happens? This is the most random fight of all time. I think the other Storm Beast should win because this one was already weak, but I don't know anything about Storm Beast combat. I just shoot them. What the heck am I watching, man? 2%. He untransforms. The other Storm Beast is weak though, so he should be able to shoot them. Just shoot your gun, bro. Just shoot your gun. The Storm Beast will break. They'll take a lot of damage, and then you get the kill. What am I witnessing, bro? Shoot your gun. It might be over for him. He's at 22 white. He cannot be in Storm. All right, he gets the kill. So when the Storm Beast gets broken, they take a lot of damage. I'm not sure if it was actually changed when they added it back. I've been told, like, you come out with only 50 white now. That gave me stress. But either way, this player wins. I think they did a lot of things well during the course of the game, but, like, their aim and decision making at the end was stress. But that is going to be it for this video. I think that's one of the more interesting videos I've made spectating in a while. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.